Good evening, everybody. It's oops, I forgot already. Is it Thursday or Friday? I think it's Friday. Um, it's evening, about 6. I let the drake back in the yard, so I'm kind of keeping a eye out to see if he's been attacking the two youngsters. I don't know where they are. They're hiding. But I'd like it if I can keep him in the yard now. And that's my puppy entertaining himself. I had to do some replanting in the greenhouse. Let me see if I can find it. Greenhouse over there. Can't see it very good behind the red container. Oh, you kind of can a little bit on the side. It's my squash, butternut squash, and I had to replant the peas. Still got maybe a half a dozen left, but the ducks got in there last night while I was taking a nap. And so I had to replant that. That container there has got my beets and carrots in it. And the ducks are doing a pretty good job of keeping those beet leaves chewed down. Over there we have, let me see if I can get it. I have to, that's my Swiss chard, lettuce, kale, and spinach. Over there, they're doing pretty good. I put cilantro and parsley and dill seeds in between the rows. Well, the dill's kind of back behind it, but that's what's going on over there. And back behind the greenhouse, I've got a container with the potatoes in it. And next to that was there's a flower pot back behind the little red thing, if you can tell. And I had 3 large beets from last year that were starting to put on their seeds, and the ducks ate all the leaves off, but I've still got the very top of one of the plants, which has still got its seeds. So hopefully I will still get beet seeds for next year. Got some things started on the shelf in there in the greenhouse. Let's see. I put in, or I moved that table so I can put some plants up there. I reseeded the low planter that's on the table with chives. It's got some chives from last year in there, but they're not doing too good. I expected them to go to seed, and they're neither growing nor going to seed. So I fertilized them and I put in a bunch of new seeds. So we'll see what happens with that. The flower pot next to it is full of sage and it's doing good, even though it did get chewed down by the ducks also. What's new? I have to keep things protected. And if I mess up, then I lose them. But I think I've got things closed up tight enough now that they can't get in. And that's the grape arbor. It's kind of hard to see it from inside here because it's kind of right next to my trailer. And I'm doing this from inside because I don't have a camera that can go outside. So this is just I don't remember what it is, a cheapy camera that I attached to my computer. The raspberries are doing good. I put in some more beans on the back side, which you can't see of the grape arbor. And the peas are back there, and I've got zucchini started underneath the grapes. And the boysenberries, raspberries, and strawberries are all under there in that massive greenery there. It's mostly raspberries, but in the front over here where you can't quite tell, but there's also boysenberries. And let's see, way in the back by my neighbor's trucks and stuff, I put in some cantaloupe and some cucumber. I'm not really sure I'm going to be able to protect them back there. And I've got some another kind of pea up against the fence behind the peach tree. And that's the peach tree that you can just see past the grape arbor over there. And for some reason, the last 2 afternoons have been really dark. This is where we would normally get rain from the heat of the day, causing the, I forget what you call them, cumulus clouds that gather the moisture. But we don't get that anymore. Now they just spray us with chemtrails and everything goes gray. We get neither rain nor sun. You just get the gray. Think you are in San Francisco or something. And the dog is back there where I've got the cucumbers, and hopefully he's leaving them alone. The male duck chases the babies, those 2 younger ducks, and the dog seems to think that if he chases them, that the dog's supposed to chase them too. I think that's just pack behavior or something, but whatever. So that's what's going on here. Just wanted to show you the update of what's going on with the yard. It's not going to look like last year because all the plants are going to have to be in their protected areas. So I don't know exactly how it's going to work when those squash start growing out across the ground. The ducks did kind of okay with the squash last year when it went into their areas, but they did eat quite a bit of it. So we'll just have to see. I might have to separate off the ducks from the garden area again. I'll just have to play it by ear. I hope I don't have to do it because it means that I'll have to bring the dog back into this area and he won't have much room to run around. And you can be sure he'll have something to say about that because he likes having the whole yard. And if I can keep the male duck in the yard without too much trouble, then I'll be able to open up the outback, which is out beyond the fence. I have a fenced in area back there, which I call the outback. And it allows the ducks and the dog to have more space. And it's really, really got a lot of grass, bushes and stuff. There it is over there. It's the deep green. And that would be great if they can have access to that again, but it will all depend on whether I can keep the Drake in the yard, because that's where I keep the Drake during the day, as he goes in the outback. So the girls have the run of the yard. And then at night I put the girls up and he gets the yard, comes in from the outback. So that way he's somewhat protected. And that's what the dog does most of the day. He chews on sticks. I had to go out and get a stick unwedged from he got it stuck on the roof of his mouth between the two rows of teeth. And it was really quite jammed in there, and he was having a fit. I had to go out and get it, and I was really glad that he was very cooperative with that. I didn't have to fight him at the same time that I was trying to unwedge the stick. So that was good, because I haven't tried doing much in the way of trimming toenails or cleaning ears or any of that stuff yet, and I really should have started that by now, but I haven't. So I was able to hold his mouth open and pry the stick, well, actually 2 sticks out of his teeth, and he cooperated for that, probably because it was quite uncomfortable, I'm sure. But anyhow, that's what's going on here. The western bluebirds, there's the tree in their box, but you probably can't see them. In fact, I don't see them right now either. They have been working their tails off. I think they've got babies that have hatched out, because both the mom and the dad are doing constant running back and forth to the box. So my guess is they've got babies in there that they're trying to feed. And then there are so many sparrows that hatched out here this year. I'm almost wishing the sparrowhawk would come back around and thin them out some, because they eat a lot of the duck food. I moved the duck food in the house. You can't tell. I don't know if I wrote or put any info on here, but I made yeah, you can just see the edge of it. I made a patio for my duck house back there. And I thought maybe it would help keep sparrows out of the duck house, because that's where I keep the food for my ducks. But the sparrows found it just in time for their multiplying. So, well, that's it. Looks like my dog's going back to digging. If he would find that gopher, great, but he seems to be digging up more roots and other things that he likes eating. I think he gave up on the rodent because he was too hard to catch. I know the rodent's down under there, but okay, I'm going to close it off there. Have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye.